from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe trying to protect your soul. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Show any fear. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe trying to protect your soul. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe trying to protect your soul.
Oh, man.
No one's bragging about depreciation on a few $1 million, right? It's like, no, we need to deploy like a lot of money. And then it's like, okay, now we're talking real dollars here.
You're at least 8 figures in that realm.
At least.
And everybody right now, I don't know, are we on?
We're going to go.
Okay.
We're on Facebook. Good.
Yeah.
And we're going to start the first segment in 3.
You bring us in.
1.
Welcome to the show. Jason Bible here with Robert Orfino, Texas Real Estate Radio Network. And I've got Alex in from Jet Lending. We were just talking a little trash. I'm getting called out on Facebook right now. So,
All right.
So while we're talking, I'm just going to start posting.
Okay.
It's today is our 2-year anniversary.
2-year anniversary on the radio, yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Never started a company on April 1st.
Yeah, who would start a company on April 1st?
Just us
Apple.
and Bill Gates, yeah.
And Amazon started Amazon Dash.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Google started Gmail on April 1st.
Yeah.
You know, the guys that said, who would start a show on April 1st don't have a show anymore. It's funny how that works, isn't it? Just
That's
really weird. So I'm being taken to task by guys on Facebook right now that have 20 years experience in real estate investing. And I'm like, where's the building with your name on it?
What does that mean?
What does that mean? Yeah, what? You know, one of my favorite things Tom used to say is when somebody would come up and say, I got 20 years experience. And he would say, is that the same year repeated 20 times? Or did you learn something the last 20 years?
Right.
I always thought that was really astute.
I got in trouble once because I said, don't ever tell someone you've done something wrong for 20 years. Keep that to yourself.
Right.
Keep that, yeah, exactly.
That's something you need to know.
Yeah, I think it's, I always find that fact. I've been in real estate 20 years. I'm like, why are you in this meeting then?
I would sit there and I was like, phew, you screwed up more than I did. Wow.
Wow, yeah.
Wow.
I can tell you right now, if I'm at the back of the Western Sizzlin' in Southern LA.
I told you the Sizzler on Van Nuys.
The Sizzler on Van Nuys. In 20 years, I have screwed up royally somewhere in my life.
First of all, if you want a lot of shrimp, I think you're making a big mistake.
Yeah,
They don't even have the shrimp there. They don't even have the shrimp.
man.
No,
It's
no.
Salisbury steak and sautéed mushrooms.
Barely, yeah.
Shit.
Yeah, it's not. It is the same effects of leaving Denny's. There's only one stop to make after you leave that Sizzler.
And you better do it quick.
Yes.
Yeah.
Real quick.
But there's people there, and we kind of, we go because the guy who runs it, we love him.
Oh, he's great.
Great guy. And there's one or two people there that support him the way we support him, but yikes. I got 20 years experience. I'm a real estate broker. I'm like, why are you here?
What are you doing?
I know why I'm here. I'm broke. Right? That was 5-6 years ago. I was like, I know why I'm here. I'm broke. You're not giving me a lot of motivation, dude. That you're a broker and you've got 20 years experience and you're at the same dang Sizzler as I am.
I don't think you were listening. He was broke.
Yeah, broke-er. Got it. Not a broker.
listening,
I'm
Rob.
I am
broke-er.
broke-er. I've clearly... You know, it's funny. I was coming out of this event the other day, and I'm standing there in valet, and the valet walks off, right? They're getting our cars and bringing cars back. And I was like, ooh, looks like we can go shopping for free. I was like, is there anything in this parking lot I want? I was like, no, Daryl and I pretty much have the nicest cars in the parking lot. I'm like, I might be at the wrong meeting.
And I think the guys who do hang out in real estate that long are really just hanging out for the
camaraderie.
experience, the camaraderie.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
I really, really dissected that meeting last night. Couldn't sleep. I was thinking about it so much.
Which meeting?
The meeting.
Oh,
So,
okay.
And I'm just like, oh, well, that makes sense now. Because you're all in this other group and you're all sort of, civil servants and doing all that stuff. And, I get it. That's why you would stick around in real estate for 15, 20 years as a broker, not really worried about deals.
Well, the joke is for the series. You and I have the. You know what? We're going to tell this joke publicly. Sure. It's going to offend a lot of people, but it's true.
It's not my joke.
It's okay. It's not Rob's joke. So let's just say some of us have noticed that folks who go to all these real estate seminars, they go to the free one, they go to the $99 one the weekend, just don't want to be home with their family.
Oh, yeah, that's my joke.
Yeah, that's the one I was talking about. Yeah,
they can't stand their spouse, or their kids are driving them insane, so they're just looking for some sort of escape. And for $97, not a problem. I'll spend $97 not to be home on a Saturday. Yep.
Yeah, it's kind of sad, but there's a whole group. We've been doing this long enough now, and I'm like, why do they keep showing up these classes? I'm like, oh, they don't want to be at home.
Yeah, they just don't want to be home.
Yeah, that's it.
We get it.
And you know what? It's easier for you to go to another real estate seminar than to go like drinking with your buddies, or we're going to go hiking this weekend or whatever, right? Yeah. They just go to another seminar. That's the deal.
This is an astute evaluation.
Right. Well,
It's totally true, right?
Then you guys, you enablers, you serve free beer, so now they're definitely like, I'm going to this real estate event.
Yeah, so now you get all the alcoholics that show up, right? Yeah.
Keep
I'm at this
cracking
real
another
estate
one,
event.
right? Yeah. Right. All those enablers out there. Yep.
Why haven't you done a deal? Well, be quite honest with you, I'm not. So what I used to say too, we had a guy, shout out to Jesse, I ran into him at the event the other night, and he said, man, I've been using your networking techniques. So we have a networking technique that we train folks on. And he said, I've been asking people, like, how many deals have you done? And he said, you're absolutely right. Like 80 to 90% of the room have not done a single deal. I said, then how do you call yourself a real estate investor? Oh, I'm an investor, but I haven't closed a deal. Yeah, well, I'm a heart surgeon. I just haven't worked on the heart.
Brain surgery here.
Yeah, I'm doing. You know what? I actually work with Elon Musk at SpaceX. I just haven't been hired by Elon yet.
I haven't started.
Yeah, I haven't started there.
I think it's a bold move for you. I think I like that.
Yeah, that's right. Me and Elon are buddies. We just haven't met yet. So
Another caveat here.
what's that?
Tangent. They put out a call for an assistant resort developer.
Oh,
And I looked at that and I read the specs and I was like, man, that's me. And I'm like, I got 32 more months here, right? But I looked at it and I was like, man, that's my dream job right there. So maybe I'll go open up Spaceport, Hong Kong, right?
Yeah.
Spaceport, wherever. But it had to do with development and real estate and green technologies. And I was like, oh my God, that would have been it.
So there are recruiters that still email me, and
Yeah, I'm sure you get
and I have seen he's looking for risk management guys over there, And I was like, oh man, that'd be fun. Risk management. What did you do for the last 20 years of your career? I put rockets on Mars, and then we built subterranean housing, and you thought real estate investors were the most interesting guys at the party? Wait till you work for SpaceX at a high level, right?
Yeah.
And I imagine once he identifies really sharp people, they're like, yeah, so here's what you're going to do. You're going to work at SpaceX, Tesla, the Boring Company. Like, he spreads those guys around.
Yeah.
So I could totally see doing that.
It's an interesting mix of like that engineer thought.
Yeah.
So everything's in line, but you also are kind of like to party.
Yeah.
So everything's in line too.
Yeah.
It's
a
good group.
It's a good group. One of my favorite Facebook posts they put up was this guy, and he's sitting there in this like Texas prairie, and he's got his legs crossed, and you see like this what looks like tarmac in front of him, and then he goes, "Just another day in Texas," and he pulls the screen up, and they're rolling one of the starships. So this is the
very
big,
nice.
right? It's like the size of. I don't know if it's bigger than the Saturn V. It's gigantic.
It's pretty big, yeah.
So, anyways, they're rolling it out to the pad, and he's like, "Just another day in Texas." And it's one of the SpaceX guys that's sitting near one of the launch sites. Like, he's inside the fence and everything, and you're just like, "Man, that is so cool."
I was so surprised when they launched, and I was just so excited to watch it. And it was, I don't know. I thought people would be more excited about it.
Oh, I was
Yeah.
super
Yeah.
excited.
You know, I was
Yeah.
like, this is it. This is great.
Yeah.
On my list, I want to do it this year. I want to go down to Boca Chica and
Yeah,
see one
for
of the
sure.
launches.
Yeah.
I really want to see it because it's going to be it's humbling. I don't think people realize, right? We actually talked about this in the show yesterday. You don't know your place in time until it's past. They will name planets after this guy.
Sure.
Like, this is launching human development I'm trying to think of who is going to be more important in human history than Elon Musk.
Right.
You could name a couple of guys.
Not very many.
Like, he's going to be one of the top 10
Sure.
ever.
Yep.
Right? And he's here in our time. It's amazing.
Right.
He's on Twitter talking trash.
Right.
It's great. So it's like you want to take in as many of these moments as you can.
Hey, we got 1 minute left before the break. So, Alex, why don't we talk about jet lending, what you got going on this month? I know the folks are very interested.
Well, just to keep your eyeballs out, we are close to having a location for the party for the
Oh,
Super
very
Investor
good.
meeting. So keep your eyes out there. Go to our Facebook page. Keep an eye on that. Join our mailing list. We'll let you guys.
All you guys
know.
who can't stand your wife, that we're going to have a location pretty soon,
We'll have
right?
a location. Of course, we're still have a little show, but check us out and make sure we get you reminded. Other than that, man, we have our flips, our rentals, our long-term, our
Sure.
small-term commercial, our transactional funding, all that stuff going, and all of our operations are up to do everything online. You see our QR codes when you're walking by, take a picture of it, and get it online.
When we come back from the break, we're going to talk a little bit more, Alex Jetling, about the product. You mentioned a ground-up product not too long ago to me in a conversation on the phone, so I do want to share that with the folks. This is Robert and Jason. This is the Texas Real Estate Radio Network.
Yeah, I mean, I really think everything coming in. And then, did you guys see something at Google in Houston?
I saw somebody had some posts, but I think they've been here for a while. I don't think
Yeah,
this is new.
I don't think it's new, but I was like, well, maybe they're developing something else that I didn't know.
They're downtown by the,
Yeah.
what you call it, by the baseball stadium.
Yeah, they've been here for a while.
Yeah.
I saw that post. I'm like, what is this?
Right off that square.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah, Google's been here, dude. When I saw that post, I'm like, they've been here for a while. Welcome to like
yeah, that's-
2006.
Well, they're going to relocate some portion of their commerce or whatever.
But
I don't know. Is Google still considered cool? I didn't think it was considered cool anymore.
I mean,
Is it? I mean-
it's something that you at least have to pay attention to. I mean, yeah, I mean they still running things.
Well, yeah.
Go ahead, Alex.
It's like, is it cool to work for Facebook anymore? I mean, I don't know.
Sure. Why not?
Let's ask A-Rock. A-Rock, is it cool to work for Google anymore?
I think you got to be really smart still. I think
No,
that-
you have to be. No, don't get me wrong. Still got to be
you
smart,
think it's
right?
cool to work for Apple or Google?
I mean, I'm personally use Apple.
So you'd be
he's
more
like an Apple
jazz
guy.
to play out. All right,
Definitely an Apple.
got it.
Now, I guess if you're going to work for YouTube, which is technically Google, right? So it's like,
Yeah.
I go
Yes.
work for YouTube. Anyways, interesting conversation with the young
That's
people in our
Catherine
office.
worked.
That's right. Yeah.
Those ads that come up, blame her.
Yeah.
That was her last project she did in the tech
Catherine
world.
at mrtxre.com. You
Blame
can
her
send
for
those
the
directly
ads.
to her. She will field them accordingly. She's going to put that in the don't care bucket. I
And
can
then
tell
we
you that right now.
dragged her into this world.
Yeah. She's like, my God, what am I doing?
Hey, so I saw something that said Houston is the number one new home construction city.
I want to say the last time I looked at that, which was years ago, I believe Houston builds more homes than the entire state of California. I'd have to look. I
Yeah, it's
remember
just
reading
so
that
hard to
stat.
build in California. There's so many
Right,
restrictions, yeah.
right. It's a complete nightmare to build there. I keep telling people this. This is the largest market in the country.
Yeah.
Everyone keeps thinking New York, LA. No, not for investors. This is the largest market in the country. If you can't be successful here, you need to pack your stuff up and not do real estate.
I forget who I was talking to, but someone said, "Well, why don't they make affordable housing?" I was like, "Why would you?
Why would you make affordable housing?
Why you could just add another 1,000 square feet of air to the property. That's all you're really doing. You're going from a 1,200 square foot to a 2,200. And you're going to charge 400,000 for it.
Why would you?
Why
do
would
that?
you ever go low income housing? You wouldn't. That's why the state and the city and the federal government get involved in low income housing because nobody wants to do it. And then when they do a program, it's so lucrative that guys like Trump and his father make a ton of money
That's
on
right.
it. That's the
Right.
only way to do it.
I
Yeah.
mean, that's the only way to do it. To
Right.
get the federal, like the subsidies and all that kind of stuff, like the grants.
No one's motivated.
Yeah.
Why would you be?
There's an old adage I think a lot of people miss in business school, and that is you either want to be the least expensive value product,
Sure.
like what most of our portfolio is.
Yep.
But then you're either that or you're the high end luxury. Absolutely. You do not want to be in the middle. In the middle is where Frogger gets run over.
That's where you get killed. Yep.
So you're either I always love this example in the cycling world. You're either the low end Walmart bike that they sell 10,000 of a minute at 150, $200, or you want to be Moots that starts at 10 grand. Like
Right.
you don't want to be in the middle. You really don't.
But so I keep, even in our mastermind, folks are like, well, I guess I'm going to do ground up. And I'm like, whoa, have you ever
Whoa.
done ground up?
Whoa.
And they're like, no, but I'm working with a contractor who has. I'm like, has he really? Because where have they been for the last 10 years?
You know what? Whenever somebody says, I want to do ground up new construction, I'm like, hey, have you talked to Brian? Because Brian just finished his personal house, and I can tell you that dude did not look like he wanted to do another new home the rest of his
It's a
life.
never-ending siege. The description is.
Now, I know a good friend of mine, Leo, down in San Diego County. He has been doing infill projects for 10 years, maybe more. A lot of sense. The cheapest house he had probably ever sold was north of 600.
Yeah.
So, hey, he can get internally at $100 a square foot, and then the design, then the city, then all the restrictions and all the enough stuff is at $200 a square foot. He can build himself a 3,000 square foot house. He can turn around and sell it for $1,200,000, $1,300,000.
Yeah.
And so I sat there and I went through the rules. I said, if you're a developer, you want to develop at 50% ARV, 60% if you have experience. Guys above that are going to be taking risks.
Well, let me put it to you this way. I'll make it real clear for everybody. If you are not in for less than 60%, you're going to lose money. I have seen it 100% of the time. If you are all in at today's current price, and anything above 60% of value, you're going to lose money 100% of the time. You are not smarter than you think you are. I get it. Everyone's like, no, Jason, you don't understand. No, you don't understand.
Yeah.
If you want to lose money, it's not my money. I don't care. Go lose money on it and screw around with that for 2 years while we keep buying more houses in Corpus, right?
The issue on that ground up is you're going to have to scale. So you don't want to do one unless it's a $3-5 million house, right?
Right.
And then the carry cost on $800-900 million is what eats up your profit. If you don't really get that stuff on the market within 12 to 15 months, you're dead.
Yeah.
And I'm glad you mentioned the carrying cost. Like doing the math on a flip is, you have to
Yeah,
do
it's
that
so
too.
easy, yep.
But so on a ground up, I get nervous because for our stuff like that we can do, you have to have at least 5 projects done within the last 18 to 24 months.
Sure.
We have to do it seasoned person.
Yep.
But if you don't understand contingencies and time for permits and your holding costs and all that stuff, and then marketing the property. I'm seeing even stuff come up on MLS because there's only like 11,600 listings right now.
Yeah, there's
And
nothing.
I'm seeing new construction stuff still gutted and saying, "Oh, well, we'll finish it." Like just weird stuff. If
You
you've
sell
never,
it at any stage, though. That's what
if
they're doing
you
now.
haven't done that, please don't make that your first one.
Right.
No.
Yeah.
Okay. If someone's going to lend you money.
You know who's supposed to be doing ground up construction? Career professionals.
Yeah.
This is not for the weekend warrior. I'm an oil and gas guy and I got some money. I'm going to go do ground. You have no business doing it. It's like, this is what I love about that kind of guy. It's like, hey, man, can you do, I don't know, oil exploration as a part-time gig? And they're going to all laugh. Why do you think you can do
Real estate.
residential development
Right, it's
like as a
part-time
part-time gig? Dude, your arrogance will make you lose a massive amount of money.
Sure.
Just go buy the single-family house, fix it up, put a tenant in it, go on to the next one. Don't make your life more. One of my favorite guys I follow, he says, most men will make a decision that will complicate their life and then justify that decision. Like they needlessly complicate their lives. It's like, don't look. You're just trying to build a little wealth. That's all you're trying to do.
So
Buy some single family houses.
we just finished wrapping up here, defecating on ground up. But why don't you tell us about your product, Alex?
Wow, it's now that everybody's real excited. No, but just what it is. I mean, with ground up, it's not the same animal as fix and flip.
Yep.
So the first thing we're going to look at is that you've done at least 5. Okay, you have to have your renderings. You have to know what you're building.
Yep.
You can buy the land, or you can if you already own the land, you could use that as part of the collateral. With the ground up stuff, it's going to be per deal. You're going to be at 3 to 4 points. You're going to be at 10 to 13% interest only payments. You're going to be in this deal for a while. It's going to take a little bit more underwriting. You can still close quickly, but it's not going to be the same simple aspect of underwriting a fix and flip or a rental, because this is basically when you start for the lender, our collateral is just this empty land. We're at high risk.
That's right.
So
Yeah.
we have to mediate their risk by making sure that this project moves to its fruition, at least to get sticks up.
Are you wrapping in the land into the loan, or does it have to be unencumbered?
No, it's wrapped into the loan.
Okay.
So you could either purchase the loan or purchase the land, or have the land, but it's encumbered within the same promissory note.
Yep, got it. Well, what's going to happen though is this market is moving that way. We just looked at all houses in the greater metropolitan Houston area under 125,000, and we found about 100 of them. That's it, and they're the same ones that have been out there for the last year. And now we're like looking at there's like 77 houses we've been looking at forever. We're like, you know what? We should just buy it.
I mean,
There's just buy it, land value. That's fine. Let's go ahead and do what we have to do over here. It's
There's
not
a-
in a bad part of town.
there's an unfinished new construction gutted property on the major artery in my neighborhood that's pending at 525.
That's crazy. Anyway, guys, thanks for joining us here. We're at the bottom of the hour. This is Robert and Jason from the world-renowned Mr. Texas Real Estate. This is the Texas Real Estate Radio Network. We've been joined by Alex from Jet Lending. Alex, give them the contact information. Got 10 seconds.
All right, go to www.jetlending.com, info@jetlending.com if you email, and 281-872-7800.
Excellent. So obviously they have a lot of products out there. You should be making that your first stop when you're ready to start doing some investing. We'll be back.
And I'm going to just catch it from Jason, because I just have the habit of saying www, and I was on the last
The
show.
W's.
The W's.
www.
Oh,
On the World Wide Webs.
The interwebs.
I still like. This is on the last show. I'll still get can you email Jason Bible all lowercase?
Yeah, there you go.
I will indeed.
Sweet.
Oh, boy.
Third segment. Ready to go. Going on in 3, 2, 1.
Hey, welcome back, everyone. Robert and Jason here at the world-renowned Mr. Texas Real Estate. This is the Texas Real Estate Radio Network. We're joined by our good friend Alex from Jet Lending.
World renowned.
World
Jet
renowned.
Lending's world renowned.
Yeah,
of
we-
course, absolutely.
If you say so, you are.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
what we're
As soon
doing.
as you take money from another country, you're world-renowned, right?
Ooh.
We're working out.
I know people listen to us internationally, so we are now
taking
world
money
renowned.
globally.
And we've taken money globally. We are those
Absolutely.
guys.
There's an investor right now in Saudi Arabia. You
Great.
know him, right?
Yes. Yeah,
of course.
that's true. Yeah, he's right there.
One guy in Denmark, right?
That's right. Yeah. Got a couple guys in Mexico.
A couple guys in Mexico.
We're world renowned.
Australia.
Oh, that's right. We do have some Australian
We're
dollars.
World renowned, of
Nice.
course. Yeah.
International.
Yeah, there you go.
I love it.
I cleared 20 pounds and 20.2 pounds in 31 days.
You're an animal.
That's what we did.
Animal.
20 pounds. What do you mean?
I
And
lost
weight.
20
Oh,
Oh,
pounds.
okay. You look fantastic.
Fantastico.
All of a sudden, but I'm still about 10 pounds away from like half my wardrobe back.
So we're getting close. We're
Getting
honing in on
close to
that.
just basically taking them and throwing them all in the washer and getting all the dust off the top of the
Yeah.
rack, you know?
So pretty soon Rob's going to be coming in with like too tight
Oh,
medium
that's
shirts and
insane.
everything. Yeah.
It's gonna be
Is that
like.
a
I don't think we
Is
go
that
that far.
shirt or is that just latex?
Yes. Did they paint that on?
Paint it on.
They paint that on that sexy man? It's like you can see everything. So it's going to be, he's going to be walking around with new T-shirt like from high school.
Yes. Yeah.
Class of '76.
Right.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Right. Re-elect Clinton.
Yeah, there you go. Jim Bob for class president. You're like, where did you get that from? Some Jersey high school.
Yes. I don't think I have any of that stuff.
Oh,
I know I don't.
Clear it out.
he's gonna start palmade in the
That's
back,
right.
stuff like that.
I didn't break 150 pounds until I graduated high school. At almost 6 feet tall. I know none of that stuff is ever going to fit. It's just not.
We'll make it fit.
Yeah. I tried on one time. I actually have it framed, my bike jersey from my freshman year in college. And I was like, there is no way. It just,
Yeah.
I'm never going to have that that little muscle mass. Probably another way to put it. Like,
Do you
I
see
was
how
a
he slid that
rail.
in there? Oh, it's just too much muscle.
That's right.
Right,
Yeah,
it's
that's
too
exactly what it
much
is. Of course.
I
Yeah.
have a buddy of mine who's an attorney, and he's the one he's the one that made me hit that realization, that aha moment, because he was kind of in some deals with me back in California, and at one point I realized, well, he's an attorney, but he's not my attorney,
Oops.
and I'm kind of interwoven here, and so I've got to unwind this and get out of these deals because it's one of those things. But he had a good saying. He just said, guys in their 50 are going to pick what their body looks like for the rest of their life.
Yes.
He's like, you're either going to diet and get it all under control, or you're just going to forget it and indulge yourself. He's like, and, because he was a big social club guy out there. And he just said, half our members are clearly obese and overweight, and the other half are looking great.
Yeah.
They just decided, in that
There's-
50s. So I'm there now, so I'm making some decisions.
I could tell it really starts in your 40s too, right?
Yep.
Whereas I think once you get into your 40s, early 50s, where it does become really hard.
Yeah.
Like really hard. And I've been meaning to reach out to you. We need to do a men's health show.
Okay.
Based off some of the stuff you and I talked about.
Yeah.
Completely different than, maybe we'll do it on the Real Estate After Dark show
Sure.
when my house is done. But there comes a point where it's like the activation energy alone to make those changes is gigantic.
Yeah.
So it's like, you start doing the math, right? And it's like, is it really worth it? So yeah, it's sooner is better, but certainly in your 40s, if you can keep it up. Then
You're going to decide, yep.
Yeah. That's a good point, though. I like it.
Yep.
I'd say 40s instead of 50s.
Perhaps, at some point, you're just going to make that decision. This is what I'm going to look like for the rest of my life.
But as you said, like into your late 50s and early 60s,
Yeah.
I mean,
They're committed.
It's tough. Unless you get I had a buddy of mine that he's in his mid 50s and very, very successful. And one of his neighbors, CEO of a big company, just like got cancer and died. Like they're the same age, right? Literally, it was so aggressive. It was like 3 months later, gone.
Yeah.
And he was like, that's not going to be me. And 2 years later, I mean, he's still in crazy good shape. He lost a ton of weight, and he's like, I'm still motivated 2 years later because I don't want that to be me. So unless you have one of those kind of seminal events in your life, like it's just hard to change on a dime.
You're either going to go with the designer jeans, right?
Yeah.
And the non-tuck shirts, or you're going to get the big apron that says, hug the cook. And
No, yeah.
That's going to be your thing. Well, I cook a lot, right?
Yeah,
I'm a
that's
cook.
funny.
Embrace it.
Well, because I mean, especially the holidays, having just American Italian food for the holidays
do
rough
it.
you up.
Yeah, but
because I cook all the time.
Yeah, I will tell you this though. This working out twice a day,
Yeah.
I mean, you could eat out of a dumpster. I mean, it just the amount
I
of
choose
calories.
not
that you
to,
burn.
which is why I'm burning so much.
Oh
right?
yeah. Well, there's that.
I'm 1,800 calories now. Yeah.
So you'll love this, Alex. One of the things that a lot of people miss is weight loss is a metabolic process, right? It's literally burning. So how do you burn something? Either you bring in less fuel and you're burning it in this deficit, or what you can do is bring in more calories and allow your expenditure of energy, exercise, really take you into that loss.
Well, like we were talking about, not to get off topic, but like what we're talking, if your brain sees it's more cost effective to hold stored fuel than get rid of that fuel. You
Right.
have to have a neurological change that says your fat is more expensive to hold.
That's
Get
right.
rid of this because we're having the fuel come in. That's why people are like, I'm not eating anything. I'm not losing any weight. I'm like, because your brain's like,
Because your brain's in starvation
stave
mode.
that.
It's in. Yeah.
We don't know when we're going to eat again.
That's why some of this intermittent fasting stuff, some of it I'm like, I'm not sure I buy into. Nutrition's full of nonsense science, right? So, by the way, Alex works at Jet Lending, but
Yes.
he also went to medical school. So it's just not like random hard money guy up here just spouting out of his face, right?
That's funny.
I know some things.
Yeah. There's actually 2 guys of the 3 here that have a healthcare background.
There you
So
go.
when we
Very
start
good.
talking about coronavirus and people are like, it's fake, it's like,
And
oh
one
my
of the
gosh,
3
you
will need
people.
some health care. So that's, I fit right in. Well, let's talk about some of the products you've got. Just give us the basics. I mean,
Well, it's just what we do is especially in Texas, we are a true loan to value lender.
Yep.
And that's what I'm trying to impart to you guys. Call us anyway, even if you have a lender,
Yeah.
because we'll tell you if you got a better deal or we're doing better.
Yep.
Because out there are people that will advertise 70 or 75 or 80% ARV, but they're loan to cost at closing. So either way, how you buy the deal, you're coming out of pocket no matter what. With us in Texas, if you're buying it right, you're coming $0 out of pocket. That's what you call 100% financing, because we're lending against the spread instead
Right.
of the value of what it will be instead of how you bought it or the as-is value.
it's a really important distinction, and I think it gets missed all the time with even semi-moderate successful flippers, right? Like, hey, I got a guy who's going to do 80% LTV, right? 80% LTV of what? Of the cost,
Or as-is.
Yeah.
right? And so the joke is for us is like you can go to the community bank and you can get really cheap rates, but they're 80% loan to value and 70% of 70% loan to cost, and it's always 60. It's always between 56 and 66%.
Yeah.
I'm like, you're
Always.
really a 66% lender. And they're like, oh, they look at me all shocked. They're like, well, no, we are not. We do 20% of cost. And I'm like, all right, math genius. That's
What's-
like
what's the real
63% or something. Yeah, it's like, come on, man. Oh, they clutch their oh my
I might be
pearl.
able to push it to 80. Okay, but that's 80. 70 of 80 is still this, right?
And then you're dealing with a lender. We got a deal last week on Tuesday night. We closed and funded it Friday.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, we're,
No
it's
loan
speed,
committees.
speed.
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah. Like a jet.
Like a jet.
There you go. Hey guys, this is Robert Jason with Mr. Texas Real Estate. This is the Texas Real Estate Radio Network with our friend Alex from Jet Lending, and we're going to be back right after these messages. Hang tight, guys.
You guys really need you've been to U of H games, right? And they got that stupid cougar roar. It's like,
Yeah. What?
you guys need a jet roar and just randomly throw it at your events, just like, but make it like 1980s sounding, right?
If you've seen any of the commercials I developed, that's at the end of the commercial.
is it?
So I can do that. I mean, I've just been trying to put every different type of marketing out there to catch any different type of eye. But yeah, I found a jet flying by sound.
You need like a jet sound from like Transformers or GI Joe or something. What?
So you haven't been to Star Wars Land yet,
I've not.
but they have. You can hear the X-wings and the TIE fighters fly overhead.
That's cool.
Ships landing like just on the other side of the ridge. You can hear the ship landing. So
I can't wait.
Could you imagine him there? You should just go and
He
not-
went insane
You should
when he
just
went.
go.
Oh, yeah, I've
Wait
been
for
there
him to go.
4 times.
Don't
Yeah.
tell him you're there.
Oh yeah,
And just stalk him.
hide there. Behind
We're running
somebody's
around.
head.
We're like just total amusement park ninjas, right? We're
Yeah.
running from hurry.
You want to see Rob and Catherine move? Like I've never seen them move this fast. When we went to Disney World, it was like I was like, holy cow! I was having problems keeping up with them. I'm like,
You're cramping. You're
Let's
like,
go. Let's
yeah,
go.
let's go, gotta go. And you're like, oh, geez, this is not a vacation. It's like you're running.
But we got a lot in, right?
Yeah, we got a ton in. So we do our partner meetings there from time to time. So I'm like, I can't wait to do the next partner meeting
big
there.
partner meeting.
Drag the kids and all that stuff out. It's a lot of fun.
That's cool. I mean, look how bright he is right
He goes
now.
great. When are you
He's
going
not even
back?
there.
Go to May.
Are you going to May? He goes every other month.
About every other month.
Yeah, about every month. At least
Oh,
once.
they're
a
probably
quarter.
at the airport. They're like, Mr. Orfino.
Well, I
Yeah,
have the
that's
what's it
right.
called? I bought the clear, so I just go right on, no problem.
Do you look at everybody like peasants?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I'm like, why can't they have a separate door so they can load the back of the plane? Why do they have to walk?
Yeah, why do you walk through my air?
What is going on here?
Do you know who I am?
Speaking of which, I'm supposed to book a ticket. 2 tickets.
No, we're going to Disney, and then I'm out. My season ticket expires with COVID. They extended like 6-9 months, and so we went during COVID. It was amazing.
Nobody was
I
there.
bet
We
it's
did-
still. I
we-
bet
you
it's
know,
still
we're
amazing.
mask wearers. There's no argument from us. We're going around. Every once in a while, you got to pull it because it gets hot, right? But yeah, man, the stuff was walk-on stuff, and restaurants were fantastic, and hot tubs were open. I was like, this is all good. I don't know what everyone's complaining
I think
about.
you may get a little spooked because you're going to go back and it's going to be packed, and you're like,
I will definitely. Well, we have gone. We bought into the Disney Vacation Club as part of the money we got in from gifts from our wedding. So that was 2006. So we've been going and we've gone since 9/11.
This
So
is the big 15-year anniversary. Huh?
yeah. So 20 years. Well, we're going back to Disney. I will be
Yeah.
there on our anniversary date. We got married to Disney.
did Nikki do the ceremony?
No, no, but it was. I'm going to tell you, it was right. It was on a gazebo at the Boardwalk Inn, overlooks this big bay, and it was the only thing I had to bring was my tux and the ring, and she had to bring a shirt. They took care of everything else for like $2,800.
What?
Oh, that's cool.
And it was super high end. We had a violin player there, and the preacher. We just got married in the morning, so it was cheaper. We got married at 11 a.m. And yeah, we got married there.
That's pretty cool.
Which you should say if she doesn't know yet. No,
Are we back on?
I asked.
Oh, let's
I
go
asked to
ahead.
get us married in the morning because I wanted to be married that much quicker. Trust me, it'll work.
Welcome back. Jason Bible, Robert Orfino, Texas Real Estate Radio Network, here with Alex at Jet Lending. I like that. We're going to get it real early so we can
I just want
That much quicker.
that much quicker. Yeah, I'm here for you, babe.
It was hot too. It was
I bet.
Florida
What's
hot.
I'm
Florida,
sure it
right?
was.
May, hot Florida.
Yeah,
hot.
May, Florida
glad we
hot.
did it
It's
early.
like Houston, right? Oh, we're going to go to Florida. It's going to be great. I'm like, no, you realize the weather's like it is here.
Yeah.
It's unpleasant.
It's like you live on the sun in Florida.
yeah.
It is rough.
It's tough. Yeah.
They don't call it the Sunshine State because it's cool.
Just keep moving from air conditioning venue to air conditioning venue. That's
So we got to go. We're supposed to go to Vegas in April, right? And so when I first went to Vegas, one of my buddies said, "Hey, have you ever been?" I was like, "No, I've never been to Vegas." He said, "Okay, you know what a metro bus, right?" I'm like, "Yeah." He goes, "So it's kind of like standing in the exhaust of a metro bus in August." And I'm like, "You can't be that bad." So you land there at McCarran, those doors open up, and you go, "Oh God!"
right.
And you're in the shade right there, right? And then you're like, "Oh, this is awful."
Right. It is.
I think it's even worse than Phoenix and Scottsdale playing golf there. I was like, oh.
Well, I had one time in Phoenix, my phone shut off. It was just flashing
Oh,
this
yeah.
red symbol. It's like
hot.
overheated. I was like, oh my God, I never had that.
So I'll tell you, you know how I do the safety stuff on my bike when I'm riding in the summer? I wear the bike jersey, so I got the 3 pockets in the back, and my phone is in one of those, and I have my headphones on. Yes, I ride with headphones. I don't want to. Do not email me about safety stuff. I really don't care. Let's be honest. Cars are so quiet now, you won't know till you're already run over. So it doesn't matter.
You listen
Anyways,
dangerously.
I do. I listen dangerously, and they're sealed headphones. I literally can't hear anything. So, anyways, when the phone shuts off because it's too hot, it's like time to go home because it's way too hot. It's too hot for the phone. It's too hot for me.
All right, let's talk a little bit more about Jet. So you guys have been in this market forever, right? I'd say that,
17 years.
yeah, principal partners Eddie and Johnny are probably one of the smartest guys in this market. They also
Absolutely.
do real estate. They also do wholesaling. They also do a lot of different things. They know all aspects of real estate.
Yep.
And you guys are going to start having some events again. That was fun, and you've done some things in bars in the meantime. So everyone's going to get a chance to come back and get to know you guys.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we've had our super investor meeting show on YouTube and Facebook since COVID started. So we're still getting the content out. So if you still can't come, check us out and look. Everything's saved on YouTube and our Facebook page if you haven't seen it. But yeah, we're real excited. We just came from one event last weekend, and we got about 3 more coming up in April and May that we're going to be sponsors at. So we're really happy to see everybody. It was weird seeing everybody. It was like over a year.
Yeah.
It was nice seeing everybody again.
I'll tell you what was fun. We went to an event this week, but last night we did we did just like a happy hour painting thing. You guys have done that, drink and paint. They had a winery there, all that stuff. Anyways, so I got up, going to the bathroom, coming back, and I realized, I sat down and I said, it's really weird seeing everybody's face. Like it's surprisingly calming and nice because everyone just had this mask on. You couldn't see anything, you can't read any faces. And And we were like, it was just so much fun to kind of like see people again. I'm like, I feel like I haven't seen any, even though we've been out and all that stuff. I'm like, I haven't seen anybody because they got stuff on their face.
I could imagine you going to one of those wine paint places with a beret and just criticizing
Nice.
everybody's
Everything.
art.
This is not, no, the gal that was sitting across from us, she was like the real deal. And I was like, holy cow. And I'm doing this modern art thing. And I'm like, this is as close as this is going to get. But anyway, so it was entertaining. And then the gal that was running it, she's like, well, you know, I spent 4 hours on this painting here. And it looked incredible, right? But mine was like stick figures. So
You made the old switcheroo, didn't you? Like,
yeah, I
oh,
did.
look
I
at
was like,
mine.
oh, look at mine.
So I'm gonna date myself. One of the greatest art bits I've ever seen was on the original Batman series with Adam West.
Okay.
Cesar Romero as the Joker, and Batman has like a Hudson landscape, Hudson Valley landscape, and Cesar Romero comes out with just a blank white screen, white canvas, and he says, "It's a spider eating a fly," and then the spider walked off,
Oh, there you go.
and he won.
That's funny.
So, fast forward 1985, it's Banner Day at Chase Stadium, and me and my buddy, we have a big long white banner, and they're like, "Well, what is that?" And it's like, "Well, it's a fly getting eaten by a spider, and the spider walked off," and they let us on the field.
That is awesome.
That's pretty funny. That's funny.
Yeah. So anyway, sorry, that's my best argument.
Best artwork. So, anyways, we got to do some painting yesterday. But the fun part was you got to see everybody.
Yeah.
So that's an interesting thing that you start to go to these events. You're like, this feels like something feels good. And I identified it last night. I was like, oh, I could see people. That's
Yeah.
the deal.
And I mean, everybody. You could see that everybody's still kind of like, well, should I? Would I? Everybody. And then
that's absolutely what I noticed. Like, am I going to get in trouble? Somebody going to say something?
Yeah, and then they all, everybody kind of sees everybody and just starts feeling and they just take their mask and they start talking, start feeling comfortable. If you haven't been out yet, just give it a shot, and you're going to start seeing your anxiety kind of just melt away.
Yeah, it was a good feeling.
Yeah.
Now, Rob he has just shown us his COVID passport card.
Green passport right here.
Looky
Oh,
there.
I thought that was his
we're good.
right.
Yeah.
You know.
This is I will be one of the zombies. That's
Yeah,
what that is.
Green passport.
So, have they said that we're required to take these things yet? Has that started
There's no
happening?
requirements. No,
Not
there's
yet?
Oh my god.
For
All these
travel and hotels?
yahoos on. Oh my god.
I think Robert's going to make us.
Well, I don't want to
He's
get
gonna turn
into too
into
much
a
into
zombie right
politics, but here's the thing: if you're criticizing the green passport and you're all against it and all,
What's the green passport?
well, there's only one country right now that has a green passport, and it's Israel. So someone posted that. My immediate reaction I wanted to say was, are you against the green passport or are you just anti-Semitic? Because the only people who do it are the Israelis, but yet we're yelling and screaming about this stuff. I'm like, what are we talking about, guys?
I'm not watching any politics right now.
First of all, we like to yell and scream.
We do.
First of all.
Stuff. But there's like legit guys that we know. I'm like, is he trolling or is he like really a Yahoo? Right?
I had so much fun during the election and when all this COVID stuff kicked
we
off.
were told not to talk about it anymore.
That's right. Yeah, we were given explicit instructions.
Did you get the
The
opportunity?
fact that I'm off. Oh, by the way, A-Rock, you can fire up my personal Facebook Live page now because I am off the ban again. So I think in the last year I've been banned 6 months. So it's like it's just getting ridiculous.
Alex, how do they find you online? Because I know you guys do some live videos, you do some education, you got the whole thing going. So what does that look like for them?
First, if you're looking for a lot of good content, go to YouTube and go to search Jet Lending. We're going to pop right up. All of our education videos, our shows, all of Eddie's helpful tips are on there. Instagram, Facebook, you can check us out on there. Our shows are live every third Wednesday of the month on YouTube and Facebook. So, remind yourself. And it's a free networking event, so you can actually type in your questions and we answer them live on the air. And we'll put them up there and stuff like that. Go to our website at jetlending.com. You can get a pre-approval letter. You can get everything done online. You don't have to call anybody if you don't want to. But if you do, you can also even text us or call us, and we'll go over your business plan at 281-872-7800. And we can really dive into what you're trying to do so we can make you the most successful investor you can possibly have with a good team behind you.
Tell us what that review of the books and your business model and that deal. What is that? How long does it take? Who do you normally sit down with? What does that look like?
Well, when you first come in, you're going to be in with one of our loan officers, and they're going to ask you, what are you trying to do?
Right.
how much money are you trying to make? So when you bring deals in, I can say, hey, listen, hey, you said you wanted to make at least 20% on every deal. You're at like about 14% on this one. I can still close this, but are you sure you want to do this? We can't stop you from doing something,
Right.
but we're going to want to make sure that you're making the money to stay in business, because we only make money two ways. We can originate loans and we can collect on interest payments. If we lose you as a borrower, then we have to find another you. So we'd rather you be successful and do 20 deals with us and eventually graduate from hard money than to make you fail, and now we have to get another investor. We'd rather have hundreds of successful people than
Sure.
people that are just falling down.
Okay, give them the contact information one more time.
It's jetlending.com, and you can email at info@jetlending.com. You can call us at 281-872-7800. Please check us out on Facebook and YouTube and Instagram and get you everything that you need.
Excellent. Thanks, Alex. We've had a good time with you guys today. Thanks again for watching, listening. We will be back tomorrow.
Yay.